10 taon ka nagtrabaho sa ibang bansa, pero ngayon, ikaw na ang boss. Sineselebrate natin ang inyong retirement, at ngayon, ikaw na ang boss. New beginnings, new independence, dahil ngayon, ikaw na ang boss. Kung ready ka na maging boss, ready ka nang kasama ang Shawarma Shack. Daan-daang franchisees across the country ang tagumpay sa pagiging boss. Through the Shawarma Shack franchising system, step-by-step namin kayong tutulungan. That's why Shawarma Shack is now the biggest shawarma chain in the country. Gusto namin tagumpay ka. Gusto namin, ikaw na ang boss. Masaya ka bonding sa inyong tagumpay.
The long wait is finally over. The time has finally come. 11 teams, 1 goal to be the champions of the Next Man Cup. It's game day Saturday as these young teams from far and wide are set to make their first impressions and show the rest of the league who they are. Welcome to the Enderun College in TAGUIG City for the opening day of the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup. My name is Migs Gonzalez, and joining me is Justin Almeida on the panel. But games today muna tayo. Game number 1 will be between the Beda Red Lions and the Enderun Titans. Game number 2 shortly after will be between the LPU Pirates, the Guangming Flying Dragons, and our main event. The third game will be between Mapua and the New Era Hunters, a new entrant into the league. My name is Migs Gonzalez once again, and joining me is Justin Almeida. 1 year spending in the MPBL. Welcome back to the panel, brother.
Yes, it's going to be a very exciting game day today as we have a new team that's joining us, the New Era University Hunters.
Yep.
It's going to be exciting for us.
Absolutely.
We've never actually seen them play live before.
Not yet. So, pero meron tayong third member of our broadcast team, Bianca Tagarda, who will we be talking with later on to have some stories on the sidelines and checking out the teams on our standings right now, participating for their respective teams in Prime and Edge. Justin, why don't you talk us through these teams that we have in the Next Man Cup?
Okay, so let's look at the Edge division first. As our first game will feature teams from this division. It's the Beda Red Lions against the Enderun Titans, and you have other schools as well as the Benil Blazers, the LPU Pirates, and the defending champs of the UAAP, the UP Fighting Maroons.
Absolutely. And as we talk about these teams, no, titignan natin kung ano naman yung masasabi ni Bianca Tagarda, our third member of our broadcast team. Bianca.
Well, this is getting a bit exciting. In fact, I've talked with Coach Andre Santos of the Beda Red Lions. At sabi niya nga ay heartbreaking daw ang NCAA Season 100 nila as they failed to secure a back-to-back finals appearance. However, they will be using this heartbreak to get back on track and of course to maximize their off-season. Kaya nga nitong Pinoyliga Next Man Cup and solidifying their core together with the addition of Team B players. Pero sa ngayon, let's go back. Pero sa ngayon, I will be giving the floor to our venue announcer.
Oh, God damn. starters on your screens now. Hamora and Reyes starting for the San Beda Red Lions. Hawkins will be the man in the middle for San Beda. Bonsalida and Santos occupying the other forward positions. Looking at the Enderun Titans lineup, they will be going with Manese and Gastador at their guard positions. Lebago will be going against Lawrence Hawkins and Duniel Odal and Kenneth Owumba at the forward for game number 1 between the San Beda Red Lions and the Enderun Titans for game number 1 of the first day, the opening day of the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup. Once again, my name is Mix Gonzalez, and joining me on the panel, Justin Almeda, to call game number 1. Justin, what do you think of this game right now? Let's talk about San Beda first.
Well, I'm sure it comes to us as a surprise that Enderun Titans didn't start with their main point guard, DJ Howe. However, we have Sean Manese getting the starting nod for today. And I have a little background on Sean. During the pandemic, we had runs. We had runs that were actually only a few people were invited to those runs, and he was there.
Private.
And I've seen his development. He's a very steady point guard, someone who can control the pace for Enderun. At the same time, he has a very good mid-range shot.
That's something that we'll definitely be looking out for, as yung usual players to watch kasi na sa Titans. Ito sina Kenneth Owumba, we have the likes of DJ Howe, but definitely exciting to see this rising star, the point guard in Sean Manese.
Yes.
3-pointer on the way for San Beda. Now, 5-point lead for the Red Lions. Enderun still yet to breach the scoreboard.
Yes, and 5 points coming from Bonsalida. A while ago getting a putback basket and now draining the 3.
Manese swings it to Udal. Tries to find Owumba in the middle. 3-pointer on the way, overshoots it. Saves it to the wrong man. Ball is live. San Beda comes up with it. Hamora leading the charge. Finds left side 3. 3-pointer's good for Jimwell Reyes. And that will prompt Coach Pipo to call an early timeout to recall his troops. 8-0 lead for the San Beda Red Lions. We'll be right back for more first quarter action. And we're back to the first quarter of action as we look at the complete roster of the San Beda Red Lions. Kyle Hamora, Miguel Pascual, Antoine Cuonde. It's gonna take up a lot of our time if we talk about all these members one by one. But rest assured, this is the cream of the crop. These are the next men up. Kumbaga, Justin.
Sayang, di natin makikita. We had one guy on our radar today for San Beda. It was
Si ZJ Otulye. Yep.
Sayang, he's not suiting up today. But we have the likes of Kyle Hamora and Torres.
Later, we'll be seeing him, no?
These are the guys who are featuring the next Man Cup for the San Beda Red Lions.
Manese at the point. A flurry of screens for the Titans. Tries to find Owumba. Gets it early, and that's an early foul on Ajanti Miller. Also a new face for the San Beda Red Lions.
Yeah, someone to look out for the Red Lions, but being a little too aggressive on that play, and Kenneth Owumba drawing the foul there.
And actually, Justin, saktong-sakto yung setup ng first quarter natin ngayon. We didn't get to discuss it much in the pregame, but we'll touch on it now, no? One of the keys to winning, actually, of this Red Lion squad is to have a hot start. And this is exactly what they want, how they wanted to start the game, and a nightmare start for the Enderun Titans.
Enderun Titans being a little careless with the ball in that first 2 minutes of this game. And, giving the Red Lions 2 3-pointers right away, and the offensive rebound by Bonsalida, and giving them an 8-0 lead here to start the game.
Shot clock reads 14 now for the Titans as they look to reset off this dead ball. Bonsalida on Udal. Udal sets the pick. Gives it back to Manese. Guarded by Hamora. Owumba catches it in the corner. Tries to breach the score, but still lid on the ring as San Beda still retains possession, pushing foul on Sean Manese.
A couple of down screens given there to free up Kenneth Owumba. and giving him an open shot at the 3, which I believe is
I think that's the best shot possible. I mean, best shot in a sense na if you're in the side of San Beda. That's the best shot you would want to see. But the last shot you would want to see if you're in the side of the Titans.
I was about to say the strength of Uumba would be to take it in the hole.
Yep. And that's exactly what San Beda has successfully done early in the first quarter, as we will see number 36 of San Beda, itong si Lawrence Hawkins, will be making his way to the free throw line for the first charity stripe shots of the ball game.
As we see right here, no? Hawkins with a nice aggressive drive.
Sayang lang, di niya nakuha yung finish yun. But he is definitely capable of those finishes. We've seen this guy in the previous cups, itong si Lawrence Hawkins. No? Definitely a good paint presence para sa San Beda. He is a very agile forward, if I would say. Pero something he could work on is probably his perimeter touch. What do you think, Justin?
Yeah, that's true. But it's a good sign that he's getting the starting nod today, and let's see how he's developed since the last Next Man Cup.
Absolutely. Enderun still scoreless with 7 minutes remaining in the first. Not at the best start. Gastador, nasaraduhan ng pinto. Will try driving the other way but tapped away by Hamora. Ball sails back to San Beda.
We're seeing great individual defense by the Red Lions. Not allowing the Titans to score here with 3 minutes gone in the first quarter.
Now DJ Howe has checked in for the Enderun Titans. Interesting to see him come off the bench. Probably Coach Pipo's way of juggling his personnel to see kung sino na yung next man sa next man niya. Kumbaga, Justin. San Beda coming up empty on that possession. Howe against Hamora. Udal, that's a shot. Top of the key, no good. Tapped away, San Beda again gets it. Ajanti Miller will be going against Kenneth Uumba. Using that screen, drives to the left. Lefty layup. Offhand finish. Tough shot for Ajanti.
I'm quite surprised with Ajanti Miller. I thought he was his position was like a stretch 4 or a big man, but showing us that he can handle the ball from the outside.
More on today's game. We'll be turning it over to our courtside reporter, Bianca Tagarda, for more tales on the sidelines. Bianca?
Ang layo pa nga ng pinanggalingan nitong si Kyle Hamora of the San Beda Red Lions, pero malayo na rin ang kanyang narating. All the way from Davao, Kyle shares that it was way back 2023 nung siya ay tinanggap ng San Beda. Kyle attended a lot of tryouts from other schools, and just when he thought na uuwi siya ng Davao nang malungkot, ay dun pa siya nakatanggap ng good news stating that he will be part of the Lions then. But what about you, Migs and Justin? Ano ba ang masasabi nyo about this player and his performance so far?
Thank you, Bianca. Apparently, galing pa pala itong Davao, itong si Kyle Hamora. And, from his experience, he was about to go home to his home province, not getting any callbacks from schools. But those are the times that, really define you as a player and as a person. Clinging on to that last second na may hahabol pang grasya. Justin, what are your thoughts on this?
That's the hard part about being an athlete. There's just so much competition, especially in basketball. It's our main sport here in the
Pambansang
country.
sport na yata yan.
Parang yung story ni Kyle Hamora, it's similar to Robert Bolick eh. I don't know if you've heard of, you've heard yung channel ni Mikey Reyes, diba? In-interview niya si Bolick nung pandemic time. Ganun din eh. Parang nanggaling siya sa probinsya, from Ormoc ata siya. Tapos maraming hindi kumukuha sa kanya. Feeling niya sa sarili niya, hindi siya capable dito sa Manila. Pero yun, last minute, pinulot siya ng Lasal. Ito naman si Kyle Hamora. He got picked up by San Beda, one of the most reputable schools of winning in the NCAA.
Absolutely. And at the last second pa, that's the important part na talagang the discipline and yung saktong-sakto talaga, just the timing. And now we see the shining stars of Kyle Hamora sporting the white and red for San Beda.
So
DJ Howe, step back jumper, ayaw pa rin. And still scoreless in the first quarter itong Enderun Titans. But, pag-usapan naman natin ngayon, we know how San Beda is supposed to perform, yung keys to winning nila, namely transition defense, sharing the ball, which they have done so far here in the first quarter. Pero itong Enderun, they have to feed the hot hand. That's number 1. But right now, there's no hot hand to feed. Sa ngayon, no? And number 2, kung titignan natin, one main aspect of their offense that has been working is running the ball.
Yes.
So fast breaks, itong running in transition, itong Enderun, which has not really boded well for them right now, Justin. And last but not the least, staying active on defense.
Yes.
This San Beda team is you cannot relax against this team. Regardless of half-court set yan or fast break, these guys will always keep you on your toes. And transition defense and being active all the time is one of the keys to winning.
They have a winning culture in San Beda, and it goes
Yeah.
to show for the past 2-3 decades. Diba? And you're right, I can't agree with you more for Enderun. They have to start on defense. Diba? If they start on defense, they get transition points. Sometimes seeing the ball just fall in the hoop gives you momentum eh.
Yep.
And nababago yung dynamics ng team nyo, nagkakakumpiyansa kayo.
Yep.
And it might be a start of something for Enderun and cut this 13-point lead deficit at the early half of the first quarter.
Yeah, yung first breach nila was the first free throw of Kenneth. Saktong-sakto as naman Justin. As Uwumba goes to his strong side. Access denied. San Beda now on the fast break. Led by Daniel Marcelo. And they're gonna be resetting this. Trying to get it to Hawkins. That was Hawkins on that last block for San Beda. Shot clock reads 10. Kalimag on an island against Udal. On top, but Udal with a great defense. Fast, oh my goodness, step back jumper for Kalimag. Taking him to a clinic and another 2 points for the Red Lions.
Meron akong naalala sa play na yun. I'd like to talk about our commissioner now, si Coach Boying Diloy.
Ano yan?
Naging ko yan eh. Naging head coach ko siya sa mga
Talaga?
commercial leagues namin.
Ang small world naman.
By Kickstart Coffee, syempre.
Ayun.
Diba? Sabi sa akin ni Coach Boying, nakita natin si Udal played good defense right there. Tapos palagi niya sinasabi sa amin, alam mo pa nagdedepensa kayo, you play defense for 24 seconds, not 23, 24. Kasi like that exact play, you got a good stop pero hindi mo nakuha yung rebound, natirahan ka ulit. 2 points for San Beda.
We're seeing now Rejoice Jimenez hit the floor after that last skirmish with Hawkins. I hope he's fine. Looks a bit shaken up. And Kenneth Uwumba and his teammate DJ Howe checking up on him. Looks like he's fine. Enderun bench. Obviously in worry as we see this instant replay. Now this box out on the right side of your screens. Hawkins, mukhang natamaan ng konting-konti. Nadaplis yata ng Coco part, I think. But looks like he's fine now.
Yeah, he stood up right away and mukhang he got caught with an elbow to his nose.
Enderun has to find this wake up before the end of the first quarter if they want to build any momentum, because if there's something other than the winning culture in San Beda, it's when they smell blood, tuloy-tuloy na yan, Justin. Talagang hindi pumipigil, and that's exactly what they needed. A three right down the heart of the defense. CP Malano from the corner, turning that three for the Titans. Timeout will be called by the Red Lions. 16-4 after we look at this three-point shot play of the game, brought to you by Smart 5G. We'll be right back for more first quarter action. Now we're back for more first quarter action. It's been all San Beda right now, pero titignan naman natin ngayon yung lineup ng Enderun Titans. DJ Howe, Zachary Dionela, Kenneth Uwumba. Again, a lot of star-studded players here on the Titan roster, and hopefully we'll be seeing action from all of them in the opening day.
Yes, and it's crucial for Coach Pipo to experiment a little bit here in the Next Man Cup para
Absolutely.
makita niya kung sino yung mga bagong faces na pwede niyang isingit sa main rotation niya.
After that great shot by Kalimag, no, as much as coaches right now would want to experiment with the roster, Malano, same spot, same result. Gets another three, back-to-back threes for CP Malano. Konting nakikiskisan with Jimwil Reyes, pero just, friendly basketball. As I was saying kanina, Justin, no, as much as these coaches want to experiment with their personnel, their roster, Next Man Cup nga naman, But right now, opening day, if you were the coach, no, what would you prioritize right now if you're on the side of Enderun? Would you juggle your personnel early in the first quarter? Or would you want to go with your starters muna or your main contributors to just gain some momentum here in the first?
I would have to go with your latter option, because if you do gain momentum, get an early controlling lead as what San Beda has done, then it allows you to experiment freely.
Exactly.
You make room for error. There's room for error. Diba? Pag nakakuha ka ng malaking lamang and mas nalalaman mo kung ano yung pwede mong laruin sa lineup mo.
Malano, nakipagsabayan kay Kalimag pero buti na lang sumabit si Recaredo as Malano will be heading to the free throw line for 2 shots. Pero as you said nga, Justin, no, talagang ang hirap mag-experiment kung down ka eh. And what surprised me the most, I think, was one of the spark plugs ng Enderun. Starting from the bench, itong si DJ Howe. Right now, nag-start kanina itong si Sean Manese. Also a steady point guard, as you mentioned kanina, na nag-scrimmage kayo outside, na has proven his skill, his intellect, his basketball IQ. Pero what's surprising, no, hindi nag-start itong si DJ Howe. Although, nag-start naman si Kenneth Owumba.
And ito, maganda rin yung magic bunot ni Coach Pipo.
Ni Coach Pipo.
Oo, di ba?
Yep.
Pagpasok ni Christian Malano, 2 3 points agad, tapos isang free throw.
Might be part of his plan, no? Coach Pipo trying to look for the foul there. 3-pointer on the way for San Beda. In and out, Kalimag with the O-rep. Shot clock reads 12. Reset here for San Beda. Screen set by Inigo Torres. Roller to the basket. Easy pickings for the San Beda offense.
That was a nice read by Marcelo, finding his roller, going to the basket, and getting a wide open layup. Nice find para kay Marcelo.
Enderun now. Malano trying to find Salaudin at the post. Mismatch. He can eat at that post. DJ Howe in and out on that 3. Kalimag collects it. Ayaw pa rin. Actually, kaya ako nag-hesitate nung sinabi ko yung pangalan ni DJ Howe. Nung una tawag ko sa kanya, Howe. But you know, that was the very first time I covered him. As we look at this instant replay, excellent pocket pass. And that was your Eastern Communications assist of the ballgame.
The recipient of that pass was Torres, one of the players that we were supposed to highlight earlier this
Yeah.
game.
Actually, si Inigo Torres is part of the main line nitong San Beda Red Lions team. If I'm not mistaken, number 3 sila sa NCAA. Itong recent outing, 3-pointer na naman ang pumasok para sa San Beda. And that was courtesy of number 44, Daniel Marcelo.
Sabi niya kanina, binigyan kita ng pasa, ako naman yung titira ng tres. Magpapakitang gilas rin ako.
Sakto naman. CP Malano, hounded. Parang kinain lang ng buhay. Notong si Tolentino, Romy Tolentino of San Beda, all the way to the basket. Access denied by Panganiban.
Panganiban yung pinag-uusapan ko kanina.
Kanina, yes.
We'll touch a bit on that later. Balikan natin si Panganiban.
Game clock reads 8. With a chance to write the last shot of the first quarter. Malano, tough shot. Great defense there by Marcelo. Shot clock still ticking. Ball is live, and that will be the end of the first quarter. 25-9 is our score. A dominant lead by the Red Lions, to say the least. The Enderun Titans still finding their footing. Good first impression here for this Red Lions squad. The Enderun Titans have to find a way to stop the bleeding as we check out these first quarter highlights. Justin, you know, these Enderun Titans, ano ba yung kailangan nilang magawa para magising dito?
Well, they really have to find a way to share the basketball. It's been one-on-one so far, and I have to give credit to San Beda, yung individual defense nila. Ang dami lang stops na nakukuha kaya sila lumalaman ng 16 points.
We'll be right back for more second quarter action. Stay tuned.
We started ang family business talaga namin. Talaga sari-sari store ang negosyo namin. So sa sari-sari store namin, same building, meron kaming on the side na dress shop. Yan ang sabi ni Mama. Dress shop, hindi pa to sports. I mean, nagagawa lang kami, nagre-repair lang kami ng mga damit.
And now the second quarter is about to be underway for game number 1 between the San Beda Red Lions and the Enderun Titans. Enderun still again finding their footing. Pero tignan muna natin ng konti itong report natin sa San Beda. No? We have a little bit of a write-up on these guys coming into the opening day of the Next Man Cup. Justin, why don't you paint us a picture of what we are to expect, especially from the key players of this Red Lions squad?
Well, ito na nga, for San Beda, what they bring to the table is their championship experience. No? Maybe they haven't won in the past 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. But just overall, the past 2 decades, they have been in the semifinals, if not in the finals, or winning multiple championships, especially in the early 2000s. Yung composure nila, yung veteran leadership nila, nadadala nila yan dito eh. Yun yung asset when you're
Absolutely.
part of the San Beda squad.
And that's an expectation pretty
Oo.
much. Kasi, I mean, similar to the Kyle Hamora story, no? Kinuha siya ng San Beda because nakita nila yung the dog in him. I mean, for badly put, no? Just his resilience, his play style overall. Saktong-sakto as we look at this instant replay, no? Salaudin working at the post. That is your shocking play of the game brought to you by Shawarma Shack. 14 on the shot clock for San Beda. Early 3, no go. And Enderun now with a chance for another shot. DJ Howe at the point, trying to work on Marcelo. Salaudin works on the inside. Excellent entry pass, but that's going to be a push against John Carlo Bonzalida.
This is a new face for the Enderun Titans. Salaudin getting his first basket.
Take a look at this instant replay, no? Medyo nakulangan ng height itong si Bonzalida trying to box out itong si Mustafa Salaudin ng Enderun Titans. I mean, kung ikaw ba naman yun? Diba? Ako, bibigay ko na lang yung tira eh.
Oh.
kung si Salaudin yung bantay ko.
Pero the basket was a no count, ha?
Sayang lang. And medyo nagkakakiskisan sa loob ng Divisoria. Salaudin, a little bit of an overextension. San Beda again.
May sale ba sa Divisoria ngayon?
Oo, mukhang eh. Parang Black Friday ngayon sa Divisoria eh. Pero as we saw the flurry of screens, no, kitang-kita, happened right in front of the referee. As Bonzalida will take it out. Full court pressure now for the Titans. And I mean, this is in line, no, with one of the keys to winning itong Enderun. No? Staying active in defense and running the ball. These are two of the keys to victory nitong Enderun Titans. Knowing kung saan pupunta yung bola, they're really gonna take every chance they can get to run this ball. Kaya sila siguro nagpo-full court press. Oh, and that's gonna count. So that's gonna be Joey Panganiban, one of the players that we were watching earlier in the warm-up. So that's gonna be a goaltending call as we look at this coast-to-coast play. Excellent in and out dribble. Iwan na iwan kagad dun si JC Bonzalida. But Ajanti Miller being a bit over-aggressive on that play, blocking the shot. May foul pa nakuha si Panganiban.
Parang marami siyang nahanap sa Divisoria. Nawala siya pag in and out. Parang pumunta dun sa kabilang store.
Basic na basic lang ang pinakita ni Panganiban doon. But can't finish the three-point play. And you know, going back to new faces, ito si Ajanti Miller. Kinuha siya ng San Beda, but right now, yung pinapakita niya dito sa first half, good. Pero something that I think he's lacking so far is his maturity in the ballgame. You know? Kanina nakita natin na he picked up an early foul against Kenneth Uwumba after missing a layup. Second, he still tried to block the shot kahit medyo mukhang pababa na eh. And you know, if you're at this level of basketball, ako, never naman ako nag-varsity, no? Siguro varsity na taga-nood lang ako, Justin. Unlike you, no? As you look at this instant replay ng mabilisan, three-pointer, hand down, man down para sa San Beda, hence their lead. But going back, Justin, no? If you're at this level of basketball, dapat alam mo na kagad eh. I'm not sure why he still went for the block. Especially if you have this tradition in San Beda na talagang hindi mo dapat binibitawan yung paa mo off that gas pedal.
Siguro, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Baka may onting jitters. You know, he's finally getting his chance to showcase what he has.
Probably.
So, medyo natataranta lang onte.
Probably.
Just needs to calm down. But he's getting his opportunity. He's getting extended minutes here in the early second. So, tingnan natin what Jonty Miller can give us.
Quick jab step by Panganiban. Good defense there by Miller. Ball is live and Enderun stays with it. How tries to navigate through traffic, steps back on a dime. Can't get it. Kalimag trying to get that ball. Siksika na naman. Panganiban skies for the finger roll. Met at the apex and the bench is absolutely loving that. Pero kahit di pumasok, suportang-suporta ang home crowd dito ng Enderun Titans. We love to see it. Panganiban to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect time to talk about him, no? Since I mentioned him earlier.
Ano ba nakita natin kay Joey?
For me, nakakagulat yung athleticism niya eh. Diba? Like, he looks like an athletic guy, but nagulat ako personally sa warm-ups, nakita ko, he can dunk it.
Yeah.
And he's not the tallest player.
He's not the tallest guy,
Yeah.
This guy is probably, I don't know, close to my height, maybe?
I think so.
I think, no?
Around 5'7", 5'8".
Oh. Ay, sorry, baka sa mga hindi nakakaalam, mga 5'7", 5'8". But this guy is dunking. Like he's not
Yeah.
dunk. He just dunk talaga. May pullback eh.
Last
May
year-
hatak eh.
Last season, maaalala mo siya kasi nakamulit din eh.
Yeah. Quick basket there for the Titans, prompting an early timeout by the Red Lions. 28-16 as San Beda sees this lead slightly and slowly disappearing, slowly but surely, as we look at this last instant replay. Your LGR rebound of the ball game, power move, power finish. We'll be right back for more second quarter action. And now back into the second quarter after this timeout by the San Beda Red Lions as Enderun finally found their footing. Tignan naman natin, what can we say about the Enderun Titans, particularly with their key players in DJ Howe, Kenneth Uwumba, and yung sinasabi nga natin keys to victory kanina, Justin.
Yes, ayun na nga. So keys to victory for the Enderun Titans would really be to run the ball. Diba? If they can force turnovers on transition, that will lead them to their strengths, which is to just go out, run, and make use of the skills of their players like Kenneth Uwumba, itong ang si Joey Panganiban, and DJ Howe.
Quick three-pointer there for San Beda pero hindi pumasok. Panganiban back at the point for the Titans. Looking to run the ball every chance they get. Gets it to Salaudin in the middle. Pero hindi man lang nakatapos. Gusto niya kasi may foul. Gets the 2 points with the whistle. Nakakatakot.
Si Salaudin, pinakitaan tayo eh.
Credit yung play ni Coach Pipo. No? And that was an excellent way to get the ball on the inside ka Salaudin. And buti na lang. Clear height advantage over the rest of the Red Lions. Now with a chance to get one more point for this Titan squad.
You know, that's something that we can also include to the keys for Enderun to win. They should make use of their length, their size advantage.
Yeah. Kasi kung nakikita natin, no, yung kumbaga yung mga FSA equivalent nitong Enderun, big, burly, tall. Pero itong San Beda squad, mabibilis yung mga FSA nila. And the likes of yung sina Hawkins, tsaka si Miller, I'd say. Na these guys are built to run. Pero ito, mga pang dominante sa loob eh. Hamora, quick step on the inside. Sorry, that was Jimwell Reyes. Now Hamora with the ball. Shot clock reads 10. Gets the screen and shield from Bonzalida. Reyes, drop pass to Hawkins. Sorry, miss for Hawkins. Could have been a dunk all the way, pero mukhang kumain ng buttered bread to kanina.
Sana sinurball na lang niya.
Oo. And now a little bit of frustration on the side of Hawkins. Could have been a gimme shot exactly for San Beda there to add on more points to the lead. But more on today's game as we listen to the report of our courtside reporter, Bianca Tagarda, to give us more tales from the sidelines. Bianca?
Yes, Migs and Justin. Now gaining popularity in social media, Kenneth Uwumba tells me na itong Pinoyliga Next Man Cup is not just an ordinary off-season league for him dahil na he was not able to play during one of their anticipated leagues, which is why may halong gigil ang kanyang laro basing na rin from his performance in the first quarter. He may be benched right now as Coach Pipo Nondu is trying to teach him to stay composed. Pero Migs and Justin, napansin nyo rin ba yan?
Yeah, actually, saktong-sakto, Bianca, no? One of the impacts na nakita natin in one of the parallel leagues that Enderun has participated in, Kenneth Uwumba didn't play, and it really, really impacted the outcome of this Enderun Titan squad, no? So we can see all the more now na he is really the next man up for this Enderun Titan squad. Your thoughts, Justin? What do you think?
Well, you know, I think what Coach Pipo is doing is he's teaching Kenneth Uwumba discipline.
Yeah,
You know, and I
exactly.
feel like that is the flaw of his game. He can do everything. Maybe a little improvement on his shooting, pero kita natin yung athletic ability, defensive ability. Nag-defensive player nga yan in one of our seasons,
he was.
diba?
He led in blocks eh.
So-
Kasi, I mean, kita mo naman, di ba? The activity, the intensity that he plays at, which is given naman for all the players of this league. But actually, I want to touch up on that specific point that you said, Justin. Discipline. These guys are barely 20. These guys na nakikita natin, no? Baka naakala niyo nanonood kayo ng NBA, PBA. These guys just hit puberty. Almost most of them, no? And the discipline, the commitment, the integrity that these guys have to uphold at such a young age na hindi pa sila, probably some are at their prime already or continuing their prime, but may mga taon pa tong lalaki, gaganda pa yung laro. And that's something that they really want to highlight in the ball game today and in general in this next Man Cup, no? So tingnan natin itong instant replay as both teams are back in their benches. Backdoor pass kay Malano, nawala lang yung bola. Looks like it's Enderun ball.
Hindi lang natin nakita sa camera angle na yun, no? Kung natapik pa yung bola ng Red Lion.
Sorry, that almost looks like San Beda ball because it looks like it's gonna be Red Lions basketball. Mukhang it was clearly off Malano, no? Pero one of the guys that I really want to see for Enderun, no? Itong si Zachary Dionela. One of the guys na hindi pa nakakalaro ngayon. He's sports number 5 for the Enderun Titans. This guy, if nagulat ka na ipakaniban, baka dito mahulog yung baba mo. Yung dakdak na to, parang yung dakdak ni 30 against UST. Way back, if you remember, no? Yung clear na clear yung key, he drove from the top of the key and cocked that back all the way back to Katipunan. Tapos dinakdak niya against two Tigers, Golden Tigers.
So, basing on the players that we see on the floor, parang mahilig si Coach Pipo sa mga athletic players.
Yeah. Pero again, all of these guys are athletic in their own respects, no? Talagang to say they're athletic is like saying na yung mga iba hindi. Talagang lahat to pambato to ng lahat ng school nila. As Hawkins finishes that play for San Beda off that great pocket pass for the Red Lions. 32-18, another 14-point cushion for the San Beda squad. We'll be right back for more second quarter basketball action. That is your assist of the ball game brought to you by Eastern Communications. San Beda will talk. Enderun will talk it over. We'll be right back.
When is our app not just an app? When it gives you more with every tap. It puts power in your hands and makes you feel special along the way. It's your account manager, bills viewer and payment partner, balance checker, promo loader, points collector, and rewards giver of the stuff you love. When is our app not just an app? When it's the smart app. Download it now.
We're back now for the continuation of game number 1 between the San Beda Red Lions and the Enderun Titans. As San Beda takes a commanding 14-point lead against the Titans here, blowing them out in their home court pa. Justin, yun yung mahirap dito eh. But now, full court pressure being implemented by the Red Lions. Panganiban drops to off Malano. A flurry of handoffs at the top of the key. Udal, that's his shot. Top of the key, nothing but the bottom of the net para kay Doniel.
As we saw there, a couple of handoffs exchanged in the middle to create a little miscommunication on the defense of San Beda, and Udal,
it worked.
Yeah, Udal getting a wide open three-pointer from the middle.
Hamora stops on a dime, perimeter shot. Not sure about that shot selection there. No rebounders on the inside, pero sayang, di pumasok yun for Kyle.
Oh, quick shot for Kyle Hamora there.
Malano trying to find Salaudin in the middle. Hawkins gets it outside. Malano being guarded by Romy Tolentino all the way to the hole. Gets it to go. San Beda. Reyes drains that three for San Beda, and I'd like to correct myself kanina, no, na hindi FSA sina Hawkins and sina Miller.
Okay.
Etong si Ajanti Miller and si Lawrence Hawkins. They're not FSAs. They're locals.
Okay.
Pero kumbaga, yung mga player equivalent nila, Enderun and San Beda, ito yung dalawang naglalabanan eh. Yung Uwumba against Hawkins, Miller against, baliktad. Uwumba against etong si Hawkins, Salaudin against Hawkins, and Uwumba against Miller in terms of their style of play. No? Yeah.
Well, the roles that Miller and Hawkins play, para silang roles ng mga FSA eh. No?
Yes, yes. So, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, Hamora. To the inside kay Hawkins, sayang miscommunication. Could have been a pretty pocket pass to the inside, but still a 10-point lead for San Beda.
Good intentions by Kyle Hamora there, but a little bit too far on that pass.
Tingnan natin itong instant replay na to. All the way to the basket. Itong si CP. Malano, parang CP3. Pero ito CP13. Kumbaga.
Actually, siya nga yung bumuhay sa Enderun Titans, di ba?
Actually. Kasi he hit 2 crucial 3-pointers in the first half. Well, actually, we're still in the first half. And now with a crucial fadeaway jumper. Salaudin, inside. Double team by San Beda. Proves to be effective. Gets the rebound and the putback. Cleanup job. Reyes being hounded by Josiel Gastador.
Sorry, I think that was Uumba, no?
Oh, that was Uumba. My mistake. As Hawkins finishing on the opposite side of the basket. Tough shot there by Lawrence Hawkins. Uumba all the way. That's what he's best at. But Hawkins, pinayungan lang. Itong si Uumba. Good defense there, but a bit too over-aggressive on that contest. As Kenneth Uumba will be shooting free throws here for the Titans.
And that's what we want to see from Kenneth Uumba. You know, finding the cracks in the defense, driving to the hole, and drawing fouls on the San Beda Red Lions.
Siguro madagdag ko lang, Justin, no? Isa sa mga dapat din i-improve nitong Enderun Titans is give more touches to Kenneth Uumba. I mean, he is getting the basketball, pero when he touches it, usually perimeter shot yung nakukuha nito eh. Crediting the defense of the San Beda Red Lions, no? Pero dapat pag sumaksak to, he is more than capable of finishing over the towering defense nitong Red Lions squad.
Well, what you have to do there is, you know, to set a lot of down screens for Kenneth Uumba. You would want his defender to be catching up to him pag salo niya ng bola. Para makakuha siya ng momentum.
Para makabuelo eh.
Oo.
Kumbaga.
He has an open lane to drive to the basket. Tapos doon siya makaka-create ng mga cracks sa defense ng San Beda.
Spoken like a true pro, no? Halatang ikaw yung binibigyan ng down screen.
The key word is like.
Like lang. Pero baka ikaw yung nagbibigay ng down screen. Oo. Mapipituan ng 24 itong San Beda. Good defense there by the Enderun Titans. Locking up itong maximum correction defense itong Enderun. Ito yung kanina ko pa inaabangan eh. These guys can lock up on the half court, pero they have to be more consistent. Especially now, even though it's just the second quarter, they can't afford to trade baskets. Ngayon kasi, suscore ng dalawa yung San Beda, magsuscore lang ng isa yung Enderun. They're inconsistent in terms of defense as Reyes converts the steal for the Red Lions.
But not bad for the Enderun Titans. They have actually cut the lead down by 6 points.
Absolutely. Now they're just down by 10. Kanina, 16 yan.
16.
Oh. Uumba kicks it out. That's Manese on the 3. And 3 more for the Titans. A definite wake-up call for this Enderun squad.
Sean Manese wanting to make up for his start.
Recaredo Kalimag off the screen. The lethal lefty of San Beda gives it back to Reyes. Over to the hole, but foul away from the shot as that is picked up by number 22. That's Gastador as we look at this instant replay, no? Sean Manese. Wala man lang nagbantay sa corner. And he will get to drain that 3 for Enderun. A much-needed basket for this Titan squad.
Nice set shot para kay Sean Manese, cutting this lead to just 7 points.
Actually, parang ganun yung tira ko eh. Sa time zone. Ganun na ganun. Pasok na pasok. Kahit kanto yan or wing, pasok na pasok ako on time zone. Jim Will Reyes struggling to get that basketball up. A little slow to get up. Oh, Uumba showing off the moves.
Ooh.
All the way to the basket. Everything but the finish for Kenneth. And his teammates definitely encouraging him. As sinasabi ng teammates, kulang na sila eh. Kulang na sila. Si Reyes was still on the floor and he had the basket. He only had him in the basket eh. Take a look at this instant replay. Losing his defender nung una. High pickup but just couldn't finish at the basket.
That's when Uumba is at his most scary state, no? With a whole head of steam.
Ang hirap ng pigilan.
Kita mo yung defender ng San Beda sa ilalim ng ring. Eh. Parang hindi na nga siya nag-contest, tumabi na lang. Eh. Tawagan pa ng foul.
Ito yung LeBron James ng Enderun. Ito, kapag mag-drive to, magpe-pray ka na lang eh. Pero yung prayer ni Kenneth Uumba is bless us, O Lord na. Kasi kakainin ng buhay yung defender niya. Pero crediting the San Beda defense, these guys are trained to be capable of defending the likes of Kenneth. Na kahit daunting, kahit it's scary to guard these guys when going downhill, no? Pero alam nila kung paano depensa. They know the defensive technique. And I know that you know a thing or two about technique for playing professional basketball here in the Philippines, Justin.
Definitely the defense should have come earlier. Dapat di na talaga nakakabuelo yung mga players na katulad ni Oumba.
Dapat kasi parang pinuputol mo na yung fuel supply nila eh. Bago pa sila makastart. Kunin mo na yung susi. Huwag mo nang ipa-twist and turn, no?
Diba? Kung gusto mo sa bahay pa lang ni Oumba or sa dorm nila, bantayan mo na.
Bantayan mo na. Pag-gising, imantuman mo na.
Ang term nga dito is asawahin mo na.
Oo.
Diba?
San Beda, medyo nag-stagnate na yung offense as Oumba will get another chance. Manese, he can finish around the basket all the way, floater. And that's going to be an offensive foul against the Titans. And CP Malano is definitely looking to challenge this call. That's an offensive foul. But, what do you think, Justin? Let's take a look at this instant replay before I ask for your insight. Itong si not sure about that. Not sure about that.
I think
Pero mukhang sure na sure si Daniel Marcelo eh. He was already giving the sign that it's an offensive foul. And looks like Coach People will be saving his coach's challenge.
okay.
Interesting call by Coach People. But would you have challenged that call,
I
Justin?
would.
You would
Seeing
have?
that replay, mukhang gumagalaw pa si Marcelo. I think he would have gotten the end one basket there.
Pero siguro pa-educate naman, Justin. No? Kailan ba napipituhan ng offensive foul pag ganun? When are you, as a defender, siguro as a defender muna, no? How do you defend that properly as a, may opponent kang going downhill para hindi ka mapituhan ng foul?
I think the first thing that the referees look at is, are you in the restricted area?
Restricted
yung half
area.
circle dun sa loob.
Oo.
Diba? If you're outside of that, definitely pwedeng ano yun as a offensive foul. The next one would be, gumagalaw ka ba? Or hindi? Kanina dun sa replay, nakita natin nagba-backpedal pa si Marcelo. Eh. That's the reason why I feel like if Coach Pipo challenged it, mananalo siya.
I see. So dapat pala kapag defense, kailangan set ka na kagad eh.
Oo, nakatayo ka lang.
Yung offensive naman, kailangan hipan mo.
Ready ka na magpakamatay. Diba?
Gaganon siya. Diba? Pero you have to be in position for you to be able to draw that foul.
Yes.
Pero again, Coach Pipo not getting to challenge that call, sayang lang.
Pero please, yung mga referees, if I made a mistake, please correct me.
But they have the best seats in the house, no? They know kung offensive yun or hindi. Nasa harap na nila eh. But balik muna tayo sa laro. 5-point lead na lang para sa San Beda dito habang kanina pa natin nire-review yung mga individual players. A John T. Miller all the way to the basket. Athletic finish but foul will be called. I believe that's in the act of shooting.
His resiliency being rewarded there.
Oo. So a John T. Miller will be tested at the free throw line as San Beda is holding on to this 5-point lead for Enderun. At mukhang nakuha na ng Enderun yung kiliti ng opensa nila. Again, the man behind the offense, etong si Kenneth Oumba. Pero thankfully, nagkaroon ng spark plug from that 3 by Daniel Odal. Tapos nagkaroon ng tres itong si Manese. And also, itong si Malano. Hitting back-to-back threes earlier. Sparking this offense ng San Beda. Ay, ng Enderun rather.
Si CP Malano talaga yung nagsimula nung run ng Enderun.
Yeah. Titans now will inbound for the last shot of the second quarter, successfully ending the first half of game number 1. Manese against Kalimag. Kalimag all over him, forcing him right. Three-pointer on the way, just barely short. All the way to the basket. Wild shot there. And they will run out of time after that last second shot by Udal. And the score will be 41-33. Enderun successfully cutting the lead down to single digits against the San Beda Red Lions. As we take a look at these highlights, what does Enderun still have to do differently in this game, Justin, to find themselves in the lead?
Okay, so they're actually doing a good job. Your keys to winning for them are on point. You know, they have to keep running, getting stops early. So far, they're doing a good job. You know, they cut this lead down to half. It was 16 points at the end of the first. Ngayon, 8 points na lang. They got it down to 5. Sayang. Okay lang yan. Onting errors, pero overall, they're doing a good job. They're sticking to their strengths. And they just have to continue it and see if they can push this game, make it a close game in the dying minutes of this ball game.
Let's check out what will happen in the second half. We'll be right back. for the second half of game number 1.
When is our app not just an app? When it gives you more with every tap, it puts power in your hands and makes you feel special along the way. It's your account manager, bills viewer and payment partner, balance checker, promo loader, points collector, and rewards giver of the stuff you love. When is our app not just an app? When it's the smart app. Download it now.
Sampung taon ka nagtrabaho sa ibang bansa, pero ngayon, ikaw na ang boss. Sineselebrate natin ang inyong retirement, at ngayon, ikaw na ang boss. New beginnings, new independence, dahil ngayon, ikaw na ang boss. Kung ready ka na maging boss, ready ka nang kasama ang Shawarma Shack. Daan-daang franchisees across the country ang tagumpay sa pagiging boss. Through the Shawarma Shack franchising system, step-by-step namin kayong tutulungan. That's why Shawarma Shack is now the biggest shawarma chain in the country. Gusto namin tagumpay ka. Gusto namin, ikaw na ang boss. Masaya ka bonding sa inyong tagumpay. Sampung taon ka nagtrabaho sa ibang bansa, pero ngayon, ikaw na ang boss. Sineselebrate natin ang inyong retirement, at ngayon,
We started ang family business talaga namin. Talaga sari-sari store ang negosyo namin. So sa sari-sari store namin, same building, meron kaming on the side na dress shop. Yan ang sabi ni Mama. Dress shop, hindi pa to sports. I mean, nagagawa lang kami, nagre-repair lang kami ng mga damit. From there, may pumunta sa kanyang friend or client na nagpagawa ng parang how many pieces of t-shirts. So from there, yung makina niya, kaya naman gawin yung shirt, doon na nag-start yung paggawa niya ng uniforms. Kung paano yung sinimulan ni Mama, siguro yun pa rin naman yung nararamdaman namin. Pero in a different perspective na. Talagang pag nanood ngayon tayo ng TV, when we watch yung different sports, kunyari nanood tayo ng basketball, makikita natin yung PBA. Pag nanood tayo ng volleyball, makikita natin yung LGR. Iba na yung pakiramdam na yung brand is overall, nakikita na lahat. We started ang
When is our app not just an app? When it gives you more with every tap, it puts power in your hands and makes you feel special along the way. It's your account manager, bills viewer and payment partner, balance checker, promo loader, points collector, and rewards giver of the stuff you love. When is our app not just an app? When it's the smart app. Download it now.
We started ang family business talaga namin. Talaga sari-sari store ang negosyo namin. So sa sari-sari store namin, same building, meron kaming on the side na dress shop. Yan ang sabi ni Mama. Dress shop, hindi pa to sports. I mean, nagagawa lang kami, nagre-repair lang kami ng mga damit. From there, may pumunta sa kanyang friend or client na nagpagawa ng parang how many pieces of t-shirts. So from there, yung makina niya, kaya naman gawin yung shirt, doon na nag-start yung paggawa niya ng uniforms. Kung paano yung sinimulan ni Mama, siguro yun pa rin naman yung nararamdaman namin. Pero in a different perspective na. Talagang pag nanood ngayon tayo ng TV, when we watch yung different sports, kunyari nanood tayo ng basketball, makikita natin yung PBA. Pag nanood tayo ng volleyball, makikita natin yung LGR. Iba na yung pakiramdam na yung brand is overall, nakikita na lahat.
And now we're back for the second half. 41-33 is our score, still in the driver's seat itong San Beda Red Lions squad with an 8-point lead against the Enderun Titans in both their debut games. Justin, why don't you paint us a quick picture of what happened in the first half for both of these teams?
You know, the first quarter definitely belonged to the San Beda Red Lions as they played their style of basketball. Yung veteran smarts nila, 8-0 run, diba? 11-0 run to start the game.
Yeah.
And just showing their patience and patience on their offense. And ayun na nga, sa second quarter naman, medyo naka-pick up na yung Enderun Titans as we see their halftime stats by the Shawarma Shack. Ayan, 50% field goals para sa San Beda Red Lions and 7 out of 18 para kay Enderun. So 3-point field goals, somewhat similar, 6 out of 14 for San Beda. For the Titans, 4 out of 10. Rebound departments, very similar as well. Dito sa assists tayo nagkakalamangan ng onte. San Beda sharing the ball more. Kita nga natin si Daniel Marcelo, ang ganda ng feed sa big man kay Torres. And yun. So far, that's been the ball game and San Beda has been leading by 8.
Actually, saktong-sakto na napag-usapan mo si Daniel Marcelo. We'll be turning it over to our courtside reporter, Bianca Tagarda, for an interview with that exact same player. Bianca?
Mga kaliga, I'm here with Daniel Marcelo, the point guard and shooting guard of the San Beda Red Lions at wala pa nga siyang 1 month in San Beda. Now, Daniel, from being called a Lion killer to being one of the Lions to look out for, how do you feel at home in San Beda?
San Beda has just been a true blessing for me. They've introduced me with open arms, and I'm just glad to call San Beda my new home.
Yes, Daniel, and as a player serving your residency, how helpful is this Pinoyliga Next Man Cup?
It's a long journey. I know I have to sit out another year, but just being in these tournaments, doesn't shy me away from playing a game. So it just keeps me in my rhythm, and then hopefully just rack up some wins for San Beda.
Now that's all for halftime interview. Now let's go to Migs and Justin.
Thank you, Bianca. And sinabi nga ni Bianca, no? Dati pa lang hindi taga San Beda to. 1 month pa lang si Daniel Marcelo sa San Beda Lions squad. Pero parang matagal na siya dito eh. Parang he fit right into the system and sinabi nga niya, he's still serving 1 year of residency before he can play for the big leagues. Pero tignan mo natin the top scorers. Reyes, Kalimag, and Miller with 8, 7, and 6 for the Red Lions squad. And Malano leading all scorers first in double digits with 12 points. Because of those 2 threes earlier, Owumba with 6, and Panganiban shortly after. with 5. Now on to the third quarter of our ball game. For those who have just tuned in, my name is Mix Gonzalez, and joining me here is Justin Almeida, analyzing with me on the panel. We are here at the Enderun Colleges in TAGUIG for the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup. For those who are watching live and online, magandang hapon po sa inyo. You can watch our games live here at Enderun for only 200 pesos for all 3 games na po yan. And right now, it's just game number 1.
And Migs, I'd like to get back to the halftime report.
Yeah.
Actually, yung sinabi ni Daniel Marcelo tungkol sa dun sa halftime report natin, no. What he said, embodies what the Next Man Cup is about.
Yeah.
Diba? He said
Pretty
that,
much.
he has 1 year of residency left. Tapos, he needs to stay sharp. Diba? He needs an avenue where he can showcase what he has and stay sharp.
Yeah.
So yan ang one of the reasons kung bakit tayo may Next Man Cup. Diba? Yun, parang aside from these teams preparing for their mother leagues, it's discovering new talent, finding out who your next guys will be once your seniors graduate.
It's to keep the next guys, hindi naman siguro warm, no? Pero to your point, it's to identify hindi lang yung immediate next man up, but yung after that.
Oo.
So, ito ngayon, babalik na tayo sa ball game. 5 points na lang ang lead ng San Beda against the Titans. Slowly knocking on the door of this Red Lion lead. Oh, and stolen away by San Beda here. Ajanti Miller all the way. Perimeter shot stopping on a dime. And he's got a stroke. Justin.
That's a good decision by Ajanti Miller, seeing his defender medyo inatrasan siya and then took that free throw line jumper.
Uwumba, back to Howe. Gets that top of the key handoff to Udal. Back to Malano. He hit 2 big threes earlier in the first half. Pumping his way to the basket. Carving out space is Albert Libago. But that will be a foul on Lawrence Hawkins.
I gotta give credit to CP Malano, starting the third quarter again with another 3-pointer. Kaya bumaba ng 5 points yung lamang ng San Beda.
Ito si Libago, tinatry niyang imama itong si Lawrence Hawkins, no? Pero not out of position there to si Lawrence Hawkins. Napituhan ng foul.
Good recognition by Libago, using his size to and outstretching his arms to get over Hawkins.
And set to check in for the Red Lions, number 20. Itong si Inigo Torres ng San Beda. One of the players to watch that we actually didn't get to talk about masyado kanina, pero titignan natin ngayon. Let action speak louder than words nga naman. At itatapat siya kay Libago. Full court press here for Enderun. Quick double team. But San Beda gets it across. Bonzalida all the way. Big gives it to Miller. Fadeaway jumper. That's a tough shot. But fouled by Malano on the way. Getting a little bit of flesh on the elbow there.
Medyo masyadong madikit si CP Malano dun sa defensive possession na yun.
43-37 right now. And DJ Howe, one of the natural leaders here for the Enderun squad, no, trying to recollect his troops. Etong players ng Titans to make sure na, guys, same page pa tayo dito. Gusto natin manalo, di ba? Let's play like it.
Yan naman ang role ng point guard sa floor, di ba? You are an extension of your coach on the floor.
Uwumba, all the way to the basket. That's what he does best. And Torres, kakapasok lang. Mapipituan agad ng foul.
Kenneth Uwumba going on a fishing expedition there.
Oo.
Stretching out his arms and then...
Kala ko may dalang fishing rod eh. alam ko kaagad eh. Kasi nung pag-drive niya pa lang, naka-extend na kaagad yung arms niya. And usually, that's what you're going for. Uwumba makes that first.
To your point, nangangain na naman siya.
Oo.
This time, seafood naman.
And this is something na what we would want to see from Kenneth. No? Na if he's not earning his points from these downhill baskets, it's free throws. Pero ito na nga. Offensive rebound here for Enderun. Good basketball IQ by Libago. Gets, I believe that's Torres again. Up in the air. 2 quick fouls for Inigo Torres.
Ganda ng ginagawa ni Libago. No? Different defender this time, pero same result.
Albert Libago, the starting center of the Enderun Titans, with a touch at the free throw line as well. Cuts down the lead to 5.
it's a matter of making those free throws.
Pasok pareho para kay Albert.
And mukha naman walang problema para kay Libago. Ganda ng touch niya soft touch.
Hamora quickly breaking out that fast break, and Jimwell Reyes, San Beda, crossing coast to coast in 4 seconds or a bit more and converting it with a foul. Again, ito na nga yung sinasabi nating keys, no? As we look at the shocking play of the ball game, brought to you by Shawarma Shack. Hamora escaping from that full court press, finding Jimwell Reyes, and fishing for the foul si Jimwell.
I like that sneaky screen by Inigo Torres.
Oo, bumawi naman siya.
Hinarangan niya lang
Oo, he gore-tatted that screen Nag-gore-tat siya Holding foul on... that's an 8-second. Akala ko foul kay Hamora kasi Hamora bigyan na patingin Pero that's an 8-second violation, a rare call in leagues like this, but how not very aware of the time ticking down there. John T. Miller will be inbounding it for San Beda. On him is Udal. Hamora trying to look for Torres on the inside, but good defense there by Howe. Shot clock reads 3. Hamora tries to find Torres, but read like a book by Howe. Enderun off to the races. But good transition defense here by San Beda. One of the keys to winning as well. Owumba from 4-point land, but that only counts as 3. And that's a very big shot for Enderun, putting them to within 3.
I guess he heard us talking about working
His
on
shooting,
his shooting.
no? Si Justin kasi sabi ko sa'yo, hinaan mo boses mo. Pag si Owumba Hamora challenging that Owumba defense. Sabi, I don't care if you're the best player. I'm Hamora. I'm Kyle Hamora. Di ba I'm the starting guard of San Beda.
Give me Samora. Sorry, di pasok na yan?
Pasok naman. Bit too chippy there. Looks like Miller picking up that tiki-tack foul against Owumba. And I'm amazed na hindi pa masyadong nakikiskisan tong dalawang kupunan na to. As we look at this 3-pointer earlier by Owumba. Your 3-point shot play of the game by Smart 5G. Jimwell Reyes tries to find Miller. Gets the pick from Torres. Gustong gantihan ng Tres Miller. Launches a 3 of his own and makes it right in the face of the Enderun defense.
Seemed like from 4-point range as well.
Nagtatapatan sila. Ito na nga yung sinasabi kong player matchup nitong dalawa, no? And careless turnover there for the Titans. And Coach Pipo just, stoic as ever. Yan talaga yung branding na to ni Coach Pipo, no? I don't think I've ever seen him shout, get super mad. Pero, stoic lang. Yung sakto lang. Alam naman nila na nagkamali sila. Makuha na kayo sa tingin.
Alam niya, next play lang. Wala naman.
And that's very important, no? If you're coaching young guys especially. Because you're teaching this discipline among them na huwag kayong magpadala sa isang bad play. Jimwell Reyes. 3, no good. Torres tried to fight for that rebound, but out-rebounded by Enderun. Owumba going downhill, tapped away by Marcelo, the new entrant into the Red Lion team. And that is another possession for San Beda. As we go to our courtside reporter, Bianca Tagarda, to provide us another report from the sidelines. Bianca?
Trust the process, as Coach Pipo Nondu after ending their 6-year finals appearance in a parallel league. Pero mukhang ito na nga ang paboritong advice ni Coach Pipo to his players, as he also reminds them this mantra every huddle of this game. The Titans may have a slow start, but look at their score right now. They're starting to get back on track. But Mix and Justin, nagiging excited na nga ang ating first game. But what can you say?
Thank you, Bianca. Pero, it's still a lot of basketball to be played. Titignan natin kung ano yung magiging progression later on. So, still ngayon, no, mukhang bumabalik na kaagad ulit yung original San Beda Red Lions performance. No? Now, they're up by 10 again. Pero nagkakaroon kasi ng miscommunication sa itong Enderun. Even though Owumba is getting his touches on the inside, credits to him, pero hindi lang nagko-convert ulit.
Enderun is going back to yung sakit nila na medyo nagmamadali.
Diba?
Pero we have to give credit to San Beda. It's really been their individual defense that have been forcing turnovers for San Beda, as we see right here. Pero nabawi lang ni CP Malano.
I think that was partially blocked by Inigo Torres as well. Good defense there. Salaudin faking the handoff. Tries to go for a perimeter shot. How with a backdoor cut against that Bonsalida defense. And that's what How contributes to this Enderun team.
Such a crafty guy for his size. I honestly thought that was going to get blocked.
Oh, Jimmy Reyes putting the moves on the outside. But Bonsalida will reset the offense here for Beda. Marcelo gives it to Miller. Another three-pointer. Parang di gumagala yung ring sa mga tres na mga to. Kanina pa, it started with Malano. Tapos si Uwumban, nagkakahawaan na rin itong si Miller. How stops on a dime, short hands it. And foul away from play. That will be against number 20. That will be Inigo Torres. After that three by Ajanti Miller. Not a very good contest from Kenneth Uwumba. So nakakonvert siya ng tres doon.
Si Inigo Torres, di makabuhelo sa game na to
He got 2 quick fouls earlier in the second quarter. Tapos ngayon parang nahihirapan siyang makakuha ng stride niya sa ngayon.
Momentum not on his side in this ball game.
Panganiban gives it back Malano. Salaudin providing the screen all the way to the hole. And it's jam time for Mustafa Salaudin. Welcome to the opening day of the Next Man Cup. As we look at this instant replay, great pass by Malano. Pass kuno. Pero Salaudin sabi niya, ako bahala sa'yo. Nagsumbong kay Kuya Mustafa.
I don't know if that pass was intended for him or if it was even intended to be a pass.
Para lang mapaganda yung play. Pero actually natapik niya yun Natapik yun ng San Beda.
Gumano na lang siya para kunwari pasa
That could be the spark plug but that Enderun needs sa ngayon, no? Smart timeout here by Coach Andre Santos of the Red Lions squad. 57-48 as we drop down to a 9-point lead for the Red Lions. We'll be right back for more third quarter action of game number 1. And now coming back into the ball game of the third quarter. 57-48, penalty na ngayon ang San Beda against this Enderun team. Definitely something they can take advantage of to try to chip back into this lead.
So far, I've been impressed with Mustafa. Every time he has come into the ball game, he sparks a mini run and he gives a new dynamic to the offense of Enderun. Parang nagkakaroon sila ng inside presence pag nandyan siya
Daniel Marcelo sinking that three for San Beda, stopping the bleeding coming from that timeout. Something that you'd love to see coming from but to your point, no, Justin, itong penalty situation, this is something that they have to take advantage of completely. Kasi they're down by 12 in the third quarter, and if San Beda is known for one of the things that San Beda is known for, no, na kapag nakakuha sila ng lamang, ang hirap makabalik if you're the opposing team. So they have to come back with all the energy you've got. Sana may baon pa sila. Miller, Panganiban trying to get that steal. And try to fish for the foul. Buti na lang. Nakakuha ng foul dun si Peregrina. Seeing his first minutes for San Beda. Itong si Kevin Peregrina.
And ang mapipituhan ay si Rejoice Jimenez.
Yep.
Catching a little bit of arm in that slap.
Hindi siya nakapwesto kagad dun because nag-fake itong si Peregrina, tried to get his defender in the air pero hindi umubra. Kevin Peregrina, a familiar face for the San Beda Red Lions squad. We've seen him time and time again. And his improvement has been actually astronomical from the past Next Man Cups. So it's very great to see him again here to try to hold his talents even more, enhance his experience. As timeout will be called here by the Enderun Titans. Still down by 12 coming from that three by Daniel Marcelo. Coach People will talk it over with his squad. We'll be right back. coming from this Enderun timeout as they're still down by 12. I wonder what Coach Pipo said, no, sa squad nila as we look at this family audience cam brought to you by Amelie Hotel Manila. Great family moments being shared at that Enderun. Saktong-sakto dito, no? You know, it's Saturday, it's a beautiful afternoon outside. A great day for collegiate basketball. What do you think, Justin?
Yeah, definitely. And if you guys are around the area, this is in McKinley Hill, Taguig City, dito sa Enderun College. You guys are welcome. Tickets are 200.
For 3 games already.
For 3
Hindi
games.
lang para sa isang game. Not 1, not 2, but 3. And only for the price of 200. So, kaysa sa i-date nyo yan, pwedeng i-date nyo dito sa Enderun. Date nyo na dito. To watch the next stars. Malay mo, sino ba yung mga susunod na Kiefer Ravena? Sino ba yung mga susunod na sorry, Ateneo bias eh. Pero sa mga susunod na 30 Ravena, the next man cup, kumbaga. Who are the next faces of collegiate and Philippine basketball in general. Kasi ngayon, we see the likes of Kenneth Umumba. We see the likes of itong sina Joey Panganiban. We see itong sina Mustafa Salahuddin, sina from the side of Enderun, itong si Sean Manese. Also on San Beda, itong sina Daniel Marcelo. John T. Miller. Diba? We also have Lawrence Hawkins. The list goes on eh. And that's the beauty of the rotation. And babalik ako sa sinabi mo kanina, Justin, no? When I told you that Enderun was down quite a significant amount in the first quarter. When do you experiment and when do you prioritize your stars? Now na 12-point lead, third quarter na, do you juggle? Do you shuffle your personnel now if you're Coach Pipo?
Well, speaking for the side of San Beda, siguro I would leave my main guys in, no? Kasi this game is very much within reach. 10 points na lang. You kind of hold that back a bit. Maybe in the 5-minute mark, if double digits pa yung lamang mo, then pwede na mag-experiment.
Daniel Marcelo, guarded by Panganiban. Miller picked up by the switch. Salahuddin switches on him all the way to the basket. Salahuddin only wanted to erase that shot, but Hawkins draws up another foul. So he'll be heading to the charity stripe for 2 more shots. Take a look at this instant replay, no? This is your Eastern Communications assist of the game. Miller trying to go for that chase down block, but Rejoice Jimenez had other plans.
You know, Migs, I'd like to hear your thoughts on a John T. Miller now. Nung first half, I agreed with you eh. Medyo nakita natin yung may pagka-erratic yung style of play niya. Dito
Now parang nabuhayan eh.
Sa third quarter, ang ganda eh. Back-to-back threes.
Yeah.
Tapos, he's attacking the basket, taking good shots. Parang we're seeing na may maturity rin pala talaga yung laro niya eh. No? I don't know if you agree with me.
Yeah, and actually I agree, and I'd like to add to the point, no, na it's similar to how Kenneth Umumba has a start, no, etong sa ball game na to. No, first quarter medyo malamig, not getting enough touches. Same thing with Salahuddin. Pero now they've gotten the groove coming into the second half. So makikita nga natin, no, kung ano yung mangyayari sa other players kasi they can more than step up. Pero sa first half medyo nagpakita na yung mga staples, kumbaga, ng both teams. With the exception of DJ Howe, no? Kasi si DJ Howe coming off the bench in the first quarter. So, titignan natin yung nagiging chemistry dito. Both teams in the penalty now with 1.5 remaining here in the third.
I feel like the coaches of both respective teams had different approaches to this ball game. No? Parang Coach Pipo wanted to experiment a bit earlier, bringing in his maybe his next point guard in the making in Sean Manese. However, ito naman si San Beda starting strong with their first 5 ng first quarter.
Which is in line naman talaga. No? I mean, for the longest time that we've covered Coach Andre and this squad, no, he usually goes with his strongest lineup immediately. Kasi one of their assets is kapag lumamang na nga sila sa una, nahihirapan na yung mga teams sumabay. Na in this case in point, kahit debut game ng both of these teams, no, hirap na humabol na tong Enderun because since they've actually never encountered a lead this entire game. San Beda has been in the driver's seat for the entire 30 minutes of this ball game.
And that is care of
Daniel Marcelo na naman.
Hitting his second triple for this quarter.
Daniel Marcelo, we touched on him earlier, only getting to spend 1 month pa lang in the San Beda Red Lion program. Very excited to see what this guy has to offer this San Beda team, no? Because apparently he already came from another school. So titignan natin how he fits into the San Beda system. Kasi syempre, every new team is like a new family, no? Na iba-ibang style yan, iba-ibang chemistry. Pero actually may tanong ako sa'yo, Justin, as we approach the last seconds of the third quarter, no? coming into a new team, and these guys are young, no? Gaano ka-importante yung impact ng friendship sa team nyo? As we see Kevin Peregrina getting a 3-pointer for San Beda. But going back to my question, no? Kung magtutropa kayong magpumasok or kung hindi okay yung bonding nyo off the court, how much does that impact your performance on the hardwood?
I feel like that's the difference between winning championships and losing. You know, there are so many teams that have the best talents. Pero pag hindi kayo nagkakasundo, may sapawan, may, alam mo, may onting inggitan sa team. Ano yan eh, recipe for disaster yan eh. You can even do better with, kumbaga yung saying na less is more sometimes, diba? So, to your question, I think it's everything, chemistry.
And it looks like that recipe is being cooked up by the Enderun Titans as we check out these third quarter highlights. Mukhang talagang magtotropa itong San Beda Red Lions and mukhang hindi pa nakakaamuyan ulit itong Enderun Titan squad. But fear not, it is just the debut of the Next Man Cup in 2025. Tapos na ang New Year, so it's time to celebrate the New Year also with the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup. 64-52 is our score, 12-point lead for the Red Lions. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter. And now back into the fourth quarter as San Beda still in the driver's seat with a 12-point lead. And ever since the opening tip, these guys have already shown their dominance. Justin, no, na they began with an 11-0 run, and now they're still in the driver's seat with 12. What has been working for them in this ball game for those who have just tuned in?
San Beda has just been, they've been having answers for whatever Enderun has thrown at them. Enderun got the lead down to 5, pero once they start turning it on, automatically may answer sila, and so far in the third quarter, I feel like we have to give credits to Daniel Marcelo hitting back-to-back threes.
Yeah.
Siya yung nagiging spark, you know, to end the run of Enderun.
Oo, parang he ended the run. Ngayon ko na na-pick up yun, medyo mabagal ako kasi medyo na-consume na ako dito sa kung ano yung magiging plano ng Enderun. No? Because they have to end the run of San Beda naman. Kasi these guys, you need to find a stop to this Red Lion squad, no? Because kapag nakakuha talaga sila ng buwelo, napakahirap pigilan. But also similar to this Enderun squad, which I want to talk about next. What has been working and what are the vital areas of improvement that they have to do right now to get a chance to win this ball game, Justin?
I still want to go back to your keys to winning earlier. I find it on point yung mga sinabi mo. Every time they force turnovers, they go on transition. They get guys like Kenneth Owumba running the break. It does good things for them. And when they're aggressive, when they go to the basket, they end up in a good position. And just like this possession, si CP Milano nakakuha ng end one, and he's going to the line for an extra basket.
Talking about running the break, running all the way to the rim. And parang alahoy na tira na yun yung ginawa ni CP Milano. But sayang, could not convert that free throw. One team foul pa na naman nabibigay ng San Beda. That was the first. Daniel Marcelo at the point, picked up by Malano. Gets that screen from Peregrina, but Malano stays with it. Quick switch at the top of the key. Kalimag, pinagpag lang ng konti yung defender, parang alikabok. Pero hindi naka-convert sa pull-up jumper na yon. DJ Howe finds Salaudin on the inside. Quick baby hook. And that's what you want to see if you're the Titans ball. If you're the Titans squad, rather.
I gotta give credit to Enderun. They've been using Mustafa Salaudin.
Yeah.
Ginagamit talaga nila yung potential niya.
Oh, and Marcelo a bit too fearful there on the trailing Mustafa Salaudin. Kasi abot na abot niya yun. DJ Howe on the inside, spinning towards the basket. Taking him to the laundromat. And the lead is now down to 6. 58-64, prompting the timeout by Coach Andre Santos. San Beda will talk it over after this timeout. Taking a look at this quick replay, DJ Howe spinning towards the basket. Tough finish. We'll be right back for more action.
Sampung taon ka nagtrabaho sa ibang bansa, pero ngayon, ikaw na ang boss. Sineselebrate natin ang inyong retirement, at ngayon, ikaw na ang boss. New beginnings, new independence. Dahil ngayon, ikaw na ang boss. Kung ready ka na maging boss, ready ka nang kasama ang Shawarma Shack. Daan-daang
Nagbabalik ang Pinoyliga next month cup. Now we get to talk to him ng halftime, pero bukod pa doon ay marami pa palang interesting facts itong si Daniel Marcelo of the San Beda Red Lions. From CEU to Letran to San Beda, this Phil player from Canada have only arrived at the Lions Den about 2 weeks ago. Masaya raw siya that he was immediately lined up and finds it quite funny dahil nga he earned the Lion Killer moniker. Pero ngayon ay he's already one of them. Now, what are your thoughts on this, Mix and Justin?
Thank you, Bianca. I mean, interesting to see, no, yung performance nito ni Marcelo. So, I'm not sure, no? Siguro I'll let you take the lead on this. Yung performance ni Marcelo so far, getting that lead, na moniker, na Lion Killer. Pero ngayon, part of the Red Lions squad. How does that feel to transition from one team to another, particularly sa team na kilala kang yun yung parang tinatorch mo? Yes, exactly. How does that feel, Justin?
First of all, I'm excited to see once he goes up against Letran what that's gonna be like. Diba? At the top of my head, yun agad yung naiisip mo.
Yeah.
Parang may pagka Tridor vibes, diba? Which makes a good
Makes a good story.
Oh.
Yeah. And actually, I wouldn't label that na parang gano'n, no? But it's more of following wherever system you fit the best. I mean, these guys at the end of the day have their own interests. These guys have families also. These guys have goals of their own. These guys have trajectories na gusto nilang kunin. So, their movement among teams, swerte ka na lang kung ano yung una mong nakuha. Yun na kagad yung endgame mo, di ba? I mean, siguro, the greater majority of professional basketball players have moved from at least one team.
Yes.
Because they're still trying to find their jive. And going back sa pinag-usapan nga natin kanina, kung saan sila magja-jive as friends. Also na, aside from the basketball system, sinabi mo nga kanina, na kapag jive na kayo off the court, ang ganda ng system na yun eh.
And Mix, I want to ask you a question regarding Daniel Marcelo. Not knowing what we know now from Bianca because of her reports, would you think na transferee si Marcelo na less than a month pa siyang nasa San Beda?
Actually, parang hindi. It fits like a glove. Honestly. Daniel Marcelo, his style of play, his intensity on the court, I mean, given naman na intense lahat ng Red Lions, but he fit right in a sense na we don't really see that he's finding his footing anywhere.
Yung familiarity.
Yeah. I mean, he had assist after assist earlier in the first half, and here in the fourth quarter, still, nilalaro siya ni Coach Andre Santos, which shows the trust that he has. DJ Howe swallowing that pass alive, getting this fast break up and going, kicks it out to Panganiban, gives it back Owumba, almost strips the ball, but grip power, but the score. Definitely a spark plug here for Enderun as they're down by 4 na lang. John T. Miller trying to lose the defense, tries to step back against Owumba. Reyes trying to work on Owumba. Step back jumper from way far. Tough shot there, but probably the only option if you're Jimmy Reyes. And on the floor now is Joey Panganiban.
Maybe not the best shot for the San Beda Red Lions, as Jimmy Reyes taking a high degree of difficulty shot.
That's going to be a push on Lawrence Hawkins as we look at this instant replay. No, Panganiban. Oh. Not sure about that. Looks like he missed, actually, itong si Panganiban. But it looks like there will be a review to make sure what the correct call will be, no?
Reviewing for an unsportsmanlike foul.
Probably. And now, parang kanina first quarter lang, Justin, no? And now we see ourselves with Enderun not just knocking on the door. May paa na sila sa loob. Now just down by 4 digits. It's just a 2-possession ball game. aside from the keys to victory, ano ba yung mga pwede pa nating masabi? What has been working for this Enderun team in terms of scoring or getting those defensive stops?
Now it's about patience. They've cut this lead down to 4. In the third quarter, bumaba rin siya ng 5 points, pero paano ba siya nawala? Careless turnovers, nagmamadali. So they have to learn from their mistakes and move forward. Diba? Tingnan natin kung kaya nilang, if they can tie the game in the last 3 minutes, and let's see what kind of ball game they can get out of this.
6 minutes na lang ang natitira dito sa fourth quarter. Let's see how this will bode for the teams, as both with clean 0-0 records as we are in the opening day of the next Man Cup. So saktong-sakto for those who have just tuned in. You are watching the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup live here at the Enderun Colleges in Taguig. We humbly and kindly invite you dito sa ating napakaganda at fully packed venue for our opening day. It's only 200 pesos for a ticket of 3 games. Right now, we have San Beda versus Enderun, and later on, we'll be seeing LPU going against Guangming College, and Game 3 will be sporting Mapua against the newly entered NEU Hunters. But syempre, kung wala kayo dito sa area, pwede kayo manood ng live sa aming Facebook and or YouTube page. Just follow us at Pinoyliga Cup on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
And I just like to clarify, Mix, no? It was a unsportsmanlike foul that sent Joey Panganiban to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah.
He split the free throws,
Possession pa.
and possession
Yeah.
will remain with the Titans. So
Torres ulit pinasok para sa San Beda, picking up those 2 early fouls earlier. So mukhang gusto ng size ni San Beda all the way to the basket. Inatras ng Nilibago. Pero may isa pa. Looking like a Zach Randolph under there. A man amongst boys. The man in Next Man Cup. Trying to carve out some space underneath. Grabe yung back down na yun. Pati ako natakot para kay Inigo Torres, was it? I think he backed him down
Inigo
all the
Torres.
way from the pinch post. And then Libago getting his own rebound. That's your LGR rebound of the game for sure. For sure. LGR knows how to recognize itong rebounders natin. And sa una pa lang, sa first quarter pa lang pinakita na kagad niya yung rebounding prowess niya. I mean, he practically looks like a ball magnet out there. Na he knows where the ball will bounce eh. Tsaka kahit nakuha mo yung rebound, inaagaw pa nga niya minsan eh.
itong si Inigo Torres, medyo minamalas talaga siya today. No? Parang magnet siya ng foul eh. No?
Oo.
Kakapasok lang niya, foul na naman.
But kung ano man yung magnet ni Inigo Torres sa foul, yun yung magnet ni Libago sa bola.
Oo.
Ibang-iba.
And I think there was a technical foul called because CP Milano went to the line for 1 free throw.
I believe it was on Coach Andre Santos, no? Mukhang nag-complain. Pero that's something that you would not be surprised coming from Coach Andre. No? I've covered Coach Andre in a lot of previous events and leagues, no? And he's always exhibiting his passion for the ball game. No? Hindi talaga siya magpapabaya na hindi siya papakinggan. Na kahit sa first quarter pa lang, yung sigaw at intensity niya, pang fourth quarter na, pang game 7 pa. Yun yung laging branding nito ni Coach Andre, and pasok naman dito sa winning tradition and profile ng Red Lions.
I'm curious tuloy ako kung ano yung recovery program niya eh. Nakakapagod yun eh, first to fourth, di ba?
Pagising mo, yellow agad.
Dito?
Oo, actually, yung yellow agad. As Hamora gets that step back jumper, and he's telling to the guys, let's not get too overexcited here. It's just a 2-point ball game now. And I can't believe it's just game number 1, Justin. Ang dami nating pag-uusapan. I'm so excited to siguro fully dissect this ball game na what has worked for Enderun, and full credits to the Titans, no? Na everybody has stepped up in their own way as Owumba slithering, slipping, cutting the defense like a hot knife through butter, getting that finger roll to go.
And I'd love to add one more point, no, for one of the keys to winning for Enderun. It's using their size advantage.
Yes.
Diba? Whether it
Yun yung
be,
gusto ko i-point out.
whether it be Albert Libago or si Mustafa
Salaudin.
It's been working for them so far. It's been doing wonders. You know, feeding it down low, tapos just get a gimme basket inside. Ang laking tulong para sa Titans. Eh.
Yun, na-play natin yung instant replay ni Ken Uumba kanina, no? As to your point, Justin, talagang they're really using either their length. It's not just size, but also their length.
Yeah.
Because specifically targeting kay Kenneth Uwumba. This guy doesn't really play in half-court sets na popostehan ka. Talagang half-court sa fast break or sa mga drive eh. Doon kanya babanatan. As he picks up a Jonty Miller trying to erase that shot. Hitting the deck hard. Pretty scary fall there for a Jonty Miller. I hope he's fine.
Yeah, Jonty Miller running straight to the bench.
Not sure what happened there, pero Uwumba tried to swat away that shot. Tignan natin yung instant replay dito. A Jonty Miller. Oh, shoot. Trying, looks like he hit his head a bit on the canvas there. On the hardwood rather. Canvas, parang UFC yung inaano natin eh. Pero it looks like he just has to take a few breaths. Mukhang di naman siya naging... Thankfully, he didn't pass out. Kasi sometimes when you hit your head a bit too hard, it'll cause you to be unconscious, and hopefully he's okay. Pero it's the level of intensity that you expect. It is the next man cup after all. Hindi to barangay liga na any other. These guys are collegiate powerhouses. Enderun Titans, of course, having home court advantage dito sa Enderun colleges. And San Beda, the third placer sa recent NCAA season na nakuha lang ng Mapuha yung championship, which we will be covering later, saktong-sakto. Because second game yung fourth place ng NCAA, which is Lyceum. Tapos mamaya naman yung Mapuha, yung champions. Diba?
So, top 4 teams in the NCAA being, we're gonna see their talents here today in the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup.
Oh, and that's very interesting, no? Na titignan natin na kung paano nag-bounce back itong Enderun. Titignan, kasi some of these guys, the audience na hindi pa nakanood ng first half, hindi nila alam kung gaano kalayo yung pinanggalingan ng Enderun to get to this position. These guys were just down 11 earlier in the first quarter, just an hour ago. And how much the story has changed. And now, San Beda is just up by 2 after those Miller free throws.
And Miller, aside from his head bouncing off the floor, makes 2 free throws, but is going to be sought by Daniel Marcelo for safety reasons. Minsan, yung mga effects niyan, mararamdaman mo after ng game dahil sa adrenaline.
Yep. So definitely taking a seat now. Uwumba carves out space underneath. Kicks it out to DJ Howe. Perimeter jumper, smooth like butter.
Basic na basic. Parang skills training lang eh. One pump fake, one dribble, tira.
Parang Milo Best eh, no?
Alam mo, nagde-drills lang eh.
Nagde-drills lang. Tapos makinis na makinis. But that's actually what DJ Howe is known for. He's a perimeter threat, pero sakto, hindi pa niya pinapakita yung slashing niya. Oh, and that's gonna be a foul on Libago, if I'm not mistaken, as Bonsalida all the way to the basket, finishing that reverse layup. Tignan natin itong instant replay na pick up, and I believe that's Malano on that foul rather. And this is gonna be another free throw for San Beda. And this is also what they are known for. Itong composure in close games. I'm not entirely sure about Enderun's profile or reputation in being composed in games as close as this, but San Beda has definitely shown their prowess in staying ahead of the ball game. Hamora picks up Howe just in the half court, and Hamora slips it. Buti na lang nagsistay pa sa Enderun after that quick pick off nitong si Kyle Hamora.
I think the ball will go to San Beda.
Oh, ball goes to San Beda now. Oo nga. So Jimmy Reyes will be inbounding the ball here for the Red Lions as they're up by 3 with 3.5 remaining. Finds Bonsalida on the inside. Nasaraduhan ni Howe. Jimmy Reyes trying to get that Bonsalida pick. Uwumba says absolutely not after Reyes uses the body. And that's just fundamental basketball. I mean, credits to Jimmy Reyes using his body to shield the basket, pero Uwumba just too big. He's just too long para makuha ni Reyes yung tira na yun. He really has to hook shot that eh. Na parang yung alahoy na tira.
Back-to-back blocks para kay Uwumba. Earlier on Jonty Miller, and this time on Jimmy Reyes.
Malano now. Back to DJ Howe. Hands it off back to Howe. Against Hamora. Uwumba on an island against Reyes. Almost a miscommunication, but Enderun stays with it. Shot clock reads 4 and Enderun with a turnover again. Sorry miss there for Enderun.
Nakita na naman natin yung mga weaknesses ng Enderun. 2 miscommunications on that one play.
Jimmy Reyes crossing over to the basket. Stops on a dime. Beautiful move there by Jimmy, but just can't convert. Marcelo tries to go all the way to the basket, and that's gonna be a foul on CP Malano.
Ala Rajon Rondo yung fake ni
Ganda nun.
Jimmy Reyes.
Tumigil siya eh. Pati yung pagtigil niya, sumakit tuhod ko eh. Kasi ako di ko na kaya yun, personally. Ano? Kasi minsan napapatigil ako kapag tinawag pangalan ko eh. Hindi dahil sa basketball ah. Kasi, iba na I'll leave it to the pros, you know? I'll leave it to the pros. Pero yung jump stop na yun, parang yung kapag tinawag mo yung order mo, kapag naglalakad ka, Migs. Oh, Migs. Hamora now with the reset. Both teams in the penalty. Working on Libago. Fading away from the basket. Offensive rebound. Can't get it to go. Owumba now. Tries to go downhill. Gives it back to Kenneth. On an island. A little bit of a push-off.
That's an offensive.
Oh, and that's a technical foul. On number 8. I'm not sure what that... Sorry, that's against Jimmy Reyes.
Yeah, for faking a foul.
Oh, he was it for a technical for a flop? Owumba? Well, the referee saw it best because nung tinawag ni ref yun, he was right beside that play. So, Kenneth Owumba just drove to the chest of Jimmy Reyes. But a much smaller man. Could have been easier to whistle an offensive foul, but credits to the referee. Nakita na technical. Now a chance for Enderun to cut down this lead.
Yes, definitely he had the best view in the house.
Oo. Contrary to yung mga nakaupo dun sa side, as pag nagpapan yung camera natin, nakikita natin na papuno ng papuno yung Enderun. And it's just the first game. Justin, I can't wait to see kung ano yung magiging audience growth natin pa later. So for those who have just tuned in, you can come watch our games live here at the Enderun Colleges for only 200 pesos for all 3 games. Number 1, right now it's game number 1 between San Beda and Enderun. Later on, it's LPU, the Pirates versus Guangming, the Flying Dragons. And last but not the least, it will be the Mapua Cardinals against the NEU Hunters. And a huge shot for the Enderun Titan squad. And now the first lead of the ball game as we approach the last 2-minute mark. Brought to you by Eastern Communications.
What a time for Enderun to get their first lead of the ball game. Care of Udal.
Miller, the silencer, cuts back the lead to 1 and regains it for San Beda. Owumba going against Jimmy Reyes. Udal at the top of the key. Malano could be big. Back-to-back threes for CP Malano. Ice in his veins.
And getting their biggest lead.
Romy Tolentino, early shot with a miss of San Beda. Enderun smells blood with 1.5 remaining. They could come out with a debut win in game number 1 right now.
Crucial possession.
Malano, he wants another. Fishes for the foul. And that is a technical foul. I believe that's a flop against CP Malano. Oh, and that's a whistle on by the referee na nag-fake ng foul itong si CP Malano. He kicked his feet a bit too far. Medyo naging trigger happy doon si CP. No? As we look at this instant replay, no, nag-contest itong si Daniel Marcelo. Looked like a good contest for Daniel. And that's gonna be a call on CP.
I'd have to get updated on the rule book now. It seems like referees are, they just instantly call technicals when they feel like the player fakes a foul. I'm not sure if this
What do you think about that, Justin? Kasi ngayon, we're in the modern era of basketball. We see big men shooting threes. We see small guys playing big. And now, with regard to the rules, what do you think about that?
Initially, like we're seeing it right now. Just because they faked a foul, may technical agad. Ang laki ng advantage ng nabibigay sa opposing team eh.
Right.
So, it seems like it's not nice at this point because it gives an immediate advantage. Pero what it will do long term is it will stop the players from having that habit to fake a foul, and that's when it will that's when the effect will take place. And feeling ko maganda yung effect niya long term.
Right. So I guess time will tell. Kumbaga sa sinasabi mo, Just, no? Pero nagkataon lang siguro ngayon. The first technical foul was on Jimmy Reyes when Kenneth Uwumba drove to his chest. Tapos itong pangalawa kay CP Malano. Medyo heat check yun eh. Na, this guy's a shooter. Talagang alam natin na ngayon, isa pa sa mga player to watch natin yan for Enderun. Next to DJ Howe, next to Kenneth Uwumba. The lethal lefty from the home court of Enderun. San Beda now with possession. Last 1 minute in the ball game. Jimmy Reyes against DJ Howe. Shot clock reads 10. Could have gotten away with the travel. Enderun now with a chance to stretch this lead to a 2-possession game. DJ Howe gives it back Udal. Uwumba gives it back to Malano. Gets that pick from Udal. Uwumba has 5 seconds left to work with. Has to put up a 3. Could have been big but misses it.
Kisses the front of the ring.
1-point lead now for San Beda. Sorry, 1-point lead for Enderun. San Beda has to score. Gets the pick from Hawkins. Uwumba stays with Miller. Almost a steal. Ball on the floor. Hawkins controls it. Almost a mosh pit. And possession arrow points towards, I believe that's Enderun Titans. What a crucial stop by Kenneth Uwumba. Take a look at this instant replay. Buti na lang, naalangan ito. Nailang itong si Ajanti Miller sa depensa nito ni Kenneth Uwumba. And it looks like it's going to be a coach's challenge by Coach Andre. He's saying that it should have been a jump ball. Kasi it was, nag-grip sila long enough na dapat nag-jump ball sila. So it's going to be a coach's challenge. So the referees will review. And this is going down to the absolute wire, Justin. Looks like the referees have a final call here. Let's see what the referees
They
will...
pointed to this side.
They pointed to the side of San Beda. But it looks like they're clarifying with Coach Pipo and itong si Coach Andre. Pero habang kinaklarify nila yung final call, Justin, right now, both teams in the penalty, what does Enderun have to do right now to come up with a win? Because now, nakakuha na sila ng lead. 1-point lead against San Beda right now. What do they have to do to finally come up with a win?
Okay, right now, so if the ball will stay with San Beda, they have to get their defensive guys on the floor. You know, individual defense has to be their number 1 priority. Kitang-kita natin nung play na yon, Uwumba, he had Ajanti Miller checked eh.
Yeah.
Nasundutan niya yung bola. He got the stop. The stop hasn't been completed. We don't know the final decision yet.
Yeah.
Pero if they can replicate the play that just happened, then
that'd be perfect for Enderun.
Yeah. And of course, ano mangyayari next? Foul game na yan para San Beda.
Yeah. So titignan natin kung ano ba yung call kanina. So I'm not sure if it would be a jump ball because if it was a jump ball, then tama yung call ni Coach Andre. Pero sinasabi ni Coach Pipo na if possession arrow ang susundan, it would be Titan basketball. And this is just game number 1, Justin. Yun yung nakakatakot dito eh. Because first quarter, Enderun was down 11-0. Second quarter, wala pa rin paramdam. Third quarter, medyo bagong gising, pero nagpaparamdam na ngayon yung Enderun. Now in the fourth quarter, they're in the driver's seat. Pero manual yung kotse, pero marunong na magmatic. Medyo hindi pa nila alam kung paano nila ipo-pull off to. Let's see how they're gonna maneuver themselves into the win in game number 1. Kasi both teams, clean slate to. Opening day pala ng Next Man Cup. And Kenneth Uwumba, I'd like to shine a brighter light on Kenneth Uwumba, but maybe later on, as we see San Beda talking it over, isa sa mga X-factor dito itong si Daniel Marcelo. He hit crucial threes, good perimeter jumpers earlier, good activity on defense, and it speaks of the trust because he's still on the floor right now. So San Beda now having Marcelo, Jimmy Reyes, Kyle Hamora, Ajanti Miller, and Lawrence Hawkins. And Enderun sees DJ Howe, Panganiban, Udal, Uwumba, and Jimenez. Jimenez probably being placed for defensive reasons.
And I'd like to add something to Daniel Marcelo. He's playing 2 positions. Pinapasok talaga siya as point guard or shooting guard ngayon. As a shooting guard paired with Kyle Hamora.
Kyle Hamora. San Beda trying. They thought that the play was active. But it looks like hindi pa na-hand off ng referee yung bola. No?
So so far, nanalo nga si Coach Andre sa
Yep.
challenge na, no?
So the coach's challenge will be rewarded back. Masikip na depensa para sa Enderun, but Marcelo gets it back. Panganiban on him. Big three if it goes. Marcelo! Big three by Daniel Marcelo! Down the heart of the Enderun defense. Enderun screaming it's a 2, but San Beda celebrating like it's a 3. Oh my goodness. But let's check. Let's check at this instant replay. Pero medyo mahirap makita yung angle dito. Straight line shot. And Daniel Marcelo, cool as a cucumber. Ice in his veins, the roar of a lion.
The game is not over yet, but what a debut game para kay Daniel Marcelo. Ice in his veins.
What an incredible last shot by Daniel Marcelo. But taking a look at Enderun now, they still have a chance to win or tie this ball game. It's less than a second remaining. They can go for a quick catch and shoot. They can probably go for a backdoor alley-oop. Pwede yon. Mag-set ng down screen para sa isa sa mga shooters nila. If you were Enderun, who would you go to, Justin?
Well, we have to check the final time, no? But if we do have 0.66 seconds left, I would go for the alley-oop. Because that would just give you a tip in. So you just have to tap the ball and hopefully it goes in and send this game into overtime.
And right now, if you're San Beda, no, talagang nakatutok ka sa depensa sa mga big man ng Enderun. It would be Mustafa Salaudin if he'll play, Kenneth Owumba, itong si Nalibago. For sure, ito yung mga siseta ng down screen. So let's see kung ano yung magiging pwestuhan nila, kung ano yung gagawin nila coming into this last possession. Hopefully. But it looks like the time has been reset to 1.5.
We have enough time for a catch and shoot with 1.5.
But I'm not sure if Coach Pipo knows that. Kasi kanina pa sila nag-uusap tungkol sa play. So, malamang may backup play yan. And Coach Pipo has been coaching Enderun for the longest time. And Coach Andre also has been coaching San Beda for the longest time. So, these guys know their personal best.
At this level, multiple options yan. You have option 1, 2, 3.
Absolutely. And actually, they're all options. Honestly, at this point, with 1.5 remaining. And titignan natin ito. No changes. No, actually, 2 changes in the San Beda, lineup. Putting their best lengthy defenders
Length talaga.
in Kalimag and Bonsalida.
And we have
Final
Kalima.
possession now. Both teams in the penalty. DJ Howe trying to look for the alley-oop. Trying to go for Owumba. And Hawkins steals away the basketball. And San Beda comes up with a huge win against the Enderun Titans. What a ball game that would be, an understatement. Justin, as the first quarter began with an 11-point lead for San Beda. Enderun walang paramdam as we look at this instant replay. Hawkins, excellent presence of mind there. Sabi ko nga sa'yo kanina, they would go to their big men, Kenneth Owumba, Salaudin, or itong si Libago. Pero they recognize the athleticism behind Kenneth Owumba. They fed the hot hand, similar sa mga keys to victory natin. And San Beda squeaking through a win after that huge shot by Daniel Marcelo, just spending 1 month in San Beda. Pero for sure, maganda yung welcome party niyan sa Monday.
Grabe.
Malupit na welcome party yan.
He just completed his amazing debut game for San Beda.
Absolutely.
You know, just showing the courage he has to, you know, waving off the play. And we'll go to San Beda as they sing their national, their school hymn.
School it. And our best player of the ball game is no one other than Mr. Ice in his veins himself, Daniel Marcelo, having a stellar stat line of 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. We'll be turning it over to our courtside reporter, Bianca Tagarda, for a short interview with our best player of the ball game in a short while. But an excellent, excellent outing from both of these teams. I can't wait to hear from our best player. So Bianca, take it away.
Mga kaliga, I'm here with our best player of the game. That is Daniel Marcelo. Now, we've talked with him during the halftime, and I've also made a report on him during the quarterly reports. Pero Daniel, you made that winning shot in less than 6 seconds remaining. And just when your team thought that you were losing, you were there as their hero. Now, what was on your mind during those times?
To me, I'm used to situations like this. I've been in situations like this, so obviously there's no nerves, no nervousness that comes to me, and you know, I'll always deliver, especially for my team. If they trust me to take the shot, then obviously I'm gonna do my best to, you know, knock down a shot, especially the one that I just did.
Yes, Daniel, and this is also your debut game with San Beda. So how do you feel right now, and how were you able to prepare rather for this game?
You know, my coaches, our coaches and my teammates, they trust in me. They know what I'm capable of. They know why I came to San Beda, and they know what I could bring to this team. So obviously just having that trust, not only from my teammates, but also my coaches is a huge help, not just for us, but for myself as also.
Indeed, and you blended really well with your team. But lastly, would you like to give a shout out to thank someone or to greet someone, because we're currently live?
I just want to say thank you to God, thank you to the San Beda community, thank you to my mom, shout out to my mom, and then shout out to the rest of my family who are abroad and also in the province.
Thank you so much, Daniel Marcelo, and again, congratulations for your successful debut game. Now that's all for our best player of the game interview. Now let's go back to Migs and Justin.
Thank you, Bianca. And once again, congratulations to the San Beda Red Lions and our best player of the ball game in Daniel Marcelo, having 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists in his debut game for San Beda. Coming up next will be between the LPU Pirates and the Guangming College Flying Dragons. So stick around for game number 2. On behalf of the entire production team, thank you so much for watching the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup.